Trapping plays a very important role in modern-day wildlife management. Professional wildlife biologists monitor fur-bearer populations to maintain a healthy and sustainable harvest of this important, renewable natural resource. Trapping provides recreation and income for licensed trappers across this country. Hoosier Trapper Outdoors is brought to you by Hoosier Trapper Supply. J3 Outdoors, manufacturer of the Hags Bracket and Body Trap Spring Clip. Leatherwood Creek Trapping Scents. Weeby Knives and Fur Handling Tools. HTS Productions. Hoosier Trapper Deer Scents. And Leatherwood Wildlife Art.
All right, thanks for joining us for this episode 10 of Hoosier Trapper Outdoors. We will continue with our semi-live trapping, which will be on the next several episodes actually. So this is all trapping before work, fitting it in when we can. It's all farm ground trapping, which most of you can relate to. And this footage was just all filmed, a couple weeks ago. So basically we were interrupted by deer season and we haven't trapped now for about 2 weeks. But anyways, we hope to get back at it here shortly. Hey, I want to put a big thank you out to all the people that have placed orders with us online, over the phone, stop by the shop. After all, that's what keeps all this going. If you haven't checked our website out, you might. It's very user-friendly, easy to access, and we carry a full line of trapping supplies, so HoosierTrapperSupply.com. Once again, I want to remind everyone about our Show Us the Bottle contest. So what we need for the contest is we need you to hold the bottle or bottles of what you had success with. And with your catch or with your deer kill, and then preferably we prefer you to be in the picture as well, but that's not completely necessary. The main thing is you got to show what you used and your catch, and enter it in the contest by way of email, Facebook, Instagram. Any of those will work. Be sure you include your name and address, because with the name and address, we'll send you one of our Hoosier Trapper Supply decals, window decals. So for every entry, we'll send one, but we need your name and address. So don't forget. So we'll accept these entries until March 15th, and at that point, March 16th, March 17th, we'll have a drawing. The top, or not the top, but the two that we draw out for trappers will get $100 gift cards per winner. And the same for deer hunters. So there'll be 4 $100 gift cards given out, 2 for trapping and 2 for deer hunting. So we appreciate everybody sending them in. We've already got quite a few, but just keep sending them in. So we appreciate that. I think that's about it. So I hope you enjoy the show. Caught a possum here yesterday, coon today, check day 2 still on the semi-live trap line. That is a pretty ugly coon. Anyways, we're along this creek and wood edge right here, so clearly we got to catch this kind of stuff. Like we showed yesterday, we went down and set the edge of the woods in the cornfield. That'll be hopefully more coyote oriented than the coons and possums. So anyways, take care of him, remake the set, got plenty of visual going, and see what else we got for the rest of the day. All right, we had actually pulled in here earlier, and we were pulling back, and we thought we heard a coyote. And then we pulled back, and we saw a coyote, and we thought, that's not even where the trap's at. So then he actually kind of took off, not super running, but kind of took off because he saw us coming back. So we actually backed out, and we thought, well, we'll just give it an hour or so, go run the other traps, and then check this one last and see if maybe we can pick up that one if he was going to come back in here. So we really don't know what's going on back here. We presume we've got a coyote in the trap, but anyway, so we're going to go find out. And who knows, he might be walking around back there again if his part of his group is in a trap or whatever. So anyways, let's go check it out.
Moment of truth, Charlie.
Yep. See what happens. Going laying flat, or is he dead?
He's dead.
Those other coyotes must have killed that one. All right, here's a new one for us, which we haven't had happen. So we pull up, we saw the other coyote here this morning, backed out, came back in an hour later or so. Got the trap here, coyote's dead. Something killed the coyote in the trap. So you can see a huge circle here. I suspect maybe wild dogs, I don't really know. It's very strange. I gave him a bath in the creek right there. It's all matted with mud and stuff, so I don't know, it's a new one for us. Haven't had that happen. Not a very good way to end the day, end the check day. So 2 coyotes today, check day 2. One of them though was pretty rough shape. We're gonna get him cleaned up best we can, see if he's worth skinning. But anyways.
I've been a professional trapper for over 40 years, and in that time, I've skinned literally thousands of animals. I've learned that it doesn't matter how cool a knife looks on your hip. What really matters is sharpness and reliability. And that's why I created the Weeby Wicked Sharp line of replacement blade knives. These are knives that will quickly skin your critters without skinning your wallet. Visit WeebyKnives.com to get the new Monarch folding knife with 3 replacement blades for just $19.95. Weeby Knives, Wicked Sharp.
Top dog predator bait. Success speaks for itself.
All right, first spot to check today, and we pull in this farmland. Caught a coyote here yesterday, and we got a double today. So
It's a great feeling.
yeah, that's a great feeling. Nothing like a double. Well, maybe a triple, but good way to start the morning out. So we got a talker back there, and this one right here. So pretty awesome. The one in the back was that little blended flat set that I showed yesterday, yeah, or 2 days ago. Can't remember which. And then this one right here was a dirt hole, and this is the one that caught the coyote yesterday. So coyote in a remake for sure. So anyways, we got weather coming in. We got
Winter advisory 1 to 2 or
1 to 3 inches with rain first. So and it's already sprinkling. So I guess we need to get moving and get something done. So anyways, we'll keep you posted. All right, check day 3. We don't catch these very often. We haven't caught one in several years, skunk. So kind of unusual. Classic farm bridge, farm ditch running right here. Just to give a recap, we have 9 locations set with a total of 26 traps, and this is our second location to check. It's starting to rain. It's going to be kind of a miserable day, but anyways, we'll get him taken care of. We're not going to remake this one until tomorrow because he's probably going to spray because we don't have a overdose kit. We're just going to shoot it and then go from there. All right, check day 3 still. 3rd location to check. Get this guy out right here.
Top dog for breakfast.
Or supper, one of the two.
This is the location yesterday where we pulled in and we seen the coyote out in the field take off, but we knew there was possibly another one back here it was waiting around for. And
Then we had the dead coyote here yesterday too.
It was dead. It was the strangest thing. Something attacked it. But this could have been the one coming back. Who knows? So.
But this was our exceptional spot the past 2
Yeah.
seasons. So
Yeah, there's a lot of coyotes running this ditch over the past few years. So it's.
see what happens this year. But so far 2 coyotes on this location. It's nothing wrong with that. So 3rd coyote for the day. Check day 3. Third spot to check. So.
And a skunk.
And a skunk.
Old Peppy.
Yeah.
All right, take care of him. Remake it.
All right, here's my remake. Punch my dirt hole back in and get my top dog down in there with some grass over it. So they got to work at that hole. Kind of blending it in with all this roughed up bean stubble. And There's a nice sized catch circle, and kind of blended it all back a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Finishing up a remake here.
Yeah, so what I did, this is the set that the coyote was dead in yesterday, and we did not remake it. And you can see this is all cleared out, so I just went and got some bean stubble that was left by the combine and put it up here for a backing. Kind of just did a flat set right here. Even though it's bare dirt, it looks pretty blended because everything else is pretty much just bare dirt. So, other than the bean stubble, put that in there, and little coyote gland lure. Even though it smells like coyotes, and that kind of goes against what I've been saying, but we're going to use that as territorial attractant. Anyways, see what happens. This spot is the one that Justin just caught that one back there. So, see what happens.
All right, fourth location checking today, check day 3 still. And this is a new spot for us. We've never trapped this location. There is a farm ditch right behind that grass right there. So it should be a really good runway for miles. So far we haven't done anything here. And caught this possum this morning. They're coming by. Even though we're not using anything that's particularly super loud in the smell, if they can smell, they're going to check it out and they're going to get caught. So anyways, we got this possum. And then this set down here is untouched. So anyways, we'll get this remade.
Hags Trapping Products by J3 Outdoors, the most versatile and efficient trapping devices on the market.
Got the Hags brackets on here. We just set this trap in one of the grooves, and it just sits right under there on the bottom slot, and then the water's just directly over the trap. All right, trap's missing. We'll see if we got anything. Hags bracket with the carrot. Can't beat that.
Lip Licker Deer Lure. Success speaks for itself.
All right, product highlight. And these are relatively new. They've been available now for 3 years or so, and he adds to them periodically. Got a collection of books, and they're by a fellow here in Indiana named Scott Doms. And I got to give him a lot of credit for documenting the history of modern trapping. And modern trapping, I'm referring to, basically 1900s and later. So the photographs he's put together, the information in these books is incredible. His most recent one is Perfect Triumph, and it's basically about the Triumph Trap Company from 1913 to 1935. And like I said, the pictures on the inside are worth the price of the book. But a good history of that trap company. Another one is Walter Gibbs, clearly involved in the trapping industry in the late 1800s to 1941. Involved in Triumph Trap Company. So another very interesting book, another tribute to our modern trapping past. And the reason I'm calling it modern, even though in some cases it's 100 years old or better, is because it's not referring to the mountain men of the fur trade era. So another real iconic trapper that we've all heard of, E.J. Daly. And his life was 1889 to 1973, and Scott's done an excellent job documenting his life. And I think just the photographs and the period photographs that Scott has compiled and put in these books, like I said, is well worth just the book, the purchase of the book for that, the price of the book for that. But I can't say enough about what he's done with these books. So, and the other one is actually, this is the one that's the heaviest of all of them. It's got the most pages. It's called Adirondack Dick, Illustrated Life of Richard Dick Wood, and he lived 1895 to 1977. He was a photographer as well as a trapper. Very cool cover here, his wilderness camp, pack basket, the whole thing. Here again, awesome old pictures and drawings and that kind of thing. So the books are $30. They're on our website, or certainly you can call here and order them. The only one that's in the catalog, I believe, is Adirondack Dick. E.J. Daly might be in there. But we have all 4 available. They've been great Christmas gifts, or, whatever. But quite a compilation of history of our modern trapping past. So, like I said, I got to give great praise to Scott for putting this stuff together, documenting this stuff so that it's all in one place. So he's done a lot of research and put these together. So something certainly to consider if you have any interest in trapping. Okay, Q&A. So the idea of trapping against yourself, and we kind of mentioned that in these semi-live episodes. In a way, it doesn't pertain to those of us that do trapping, before work on the ground that we have available. So basically, you're going to trap the ground that you have permission for. You're not going to trap ground that you're going to trespass on. So, you can use your geographical landmarks for location. Certainly look at the flow of the land. You can get up on Google Earth and look a little closer maybe for places to set. So the idea of, like I said, the idea of trapping against yourself in a bigger picture is if you're running a long line and you want to be the most effective, most efficient trapper for your set locations, that's ideally what you want to do. So you get on Google Earth and you look for the geographical flow of the land, and that'll give you the indication of how those animals are traveling for the most part. There's always exceptions, but for the most part, most of them are traveling certain corridors and certain ways. Now, it might be fairly wide, so then you have to look for places that neck down, narrow down, and then, set up those. So geographical barriers, like we talked about with the interstate, those are all excellent ways or places to set traps. Long paths to travels like farm ditches, rivers, even railroad tracks, interstates, that kind of thing. Those are all kind of places that you want to look for to set. But don't get too wrapped up in all of that if you only have 2 or 3 farms to set and you just got to set, do the best with what you have. So, like I said, the idea of trapping against yourself certainly is an important concept to keep in mind. But in some cases, you want to keep it in the back of your mind because you don't want it to affect what you're doing. If you've got 3 farms, one's 200 acres, one's 300 acres, one's 150 acres, and they're all relatively close together. So you're probably trapping the same coyotes. But certainly you can get in, set them up like you think you need to. Over time, you'll learn the locations and then work off of that for the future. Because typically locations that catch coyotes will be pretty consistent locations year in, year out. There are exceptions occasionally, but overall, they're generally the history will tell you where to set traps. So, so I guess I'm going to sum this up by just saying the idea of trapping against yourself is very important, but it's only important to a certain point because we all, when we're trapping private ground, and that's what we have available to us, then we just have to make the best of that ground that we have, and the best of the best that we have in terms of what we have permission for. So I hope that helps, and I hope that didn't really add to the confusion. I guess in a way I'm just saying get out and catch some critters on the ground that you have and have a good time. So anyways, hope that helps a little bit.
All right, everyone, thanks for watching. We have the new Hoosier Trapper Supply catalogs out. Pretty cool bobcat there. Jake caught there in New Mexico. Pretty nice. They're available. You can call here at the shop at 317-881-3075,
or you can request one online at HoosierTrapperSupply.com. It's right there on the home page. Hit the button, and we'll send you one in the mail. So, pretty slick. Also, gotta say, make sure you're following us on all social media so you can keep up to date. We do have an email newsletter you can sign up for on the website as well. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, obviously YouTube. And on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that will keep you posted on brand new episodes that pop up. Not just on Hoosier Trapper Outdoors, but also on the Fur Shed series and also the Trap House podcast. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Join us on December 20th for the next episode of Hoosier Trapper Outdoors.